Hi guys, Steffi here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. I don't know if you all saw this gorgeous album I showcased to you the other day on my last tutorial. Well, I've had a lot of requests from people asking me how I made it, so I decided I'm going to do a tutorial for you. It will be in two parts. Today we will be doing the cover and we'll be putting the mats on. We'll be decorating it with the paper, doing the pages and the waterfall elements on the next video. It's not going to be Alice in Wonderland. I'm going to use some of my Stampin' Up stuff. So put this to one side and I'll show you what you need to get started. Need quite a lot because it's so big. Right, for the chipboard, we've got two pieces here that measure 6.5 by 6. Need two of those. Then you need two of these, and these are 6.5 by 5.5. Again, another two. You need one piece that measures 6.5 by 2.25. And then you need two pieces that measure 6.5 by 1 1/8. Okay, so we'll just put them to one side while I give you the card. The card I'm using today is this beautiful colour here. It's Rich Razzleberry from Stampin' Up, and I love it. So what I've done is we've got two pieces that measure 8.5 by 7 7/8. And then we also have two pieces that measure 8.5 by 8.25. And the reason I've done it like this, rather than using like a full 12 by 12 and then adding bits on, is because I've worked it out so the joins actually match on my spine, so they're not as noticeable. So all of the joins where I've joined the paper on, if you can see on there, it's, yeah, you can just see there. I wanted them so they're on the spine, just so it was more pleasing to my eye. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to get cracking with this. Now the first two pieces you need is the 8.5 by 8.25. And what I've done is I've just lightly scored along the, the 8.5 inch side at 1 inch, and this just gives us a bit of a basis to line it all up and get it all straight. Okay, so I've went ahead and I've put some tearing tape just down here, so we're just going to make sure that's nice and well down like that, and let's take off the release paper. And then we're going to line these two pieces on top of each other. Make sure that they're nice and straight. Okay, so that's how, and you've got the score line matching here at the bottom. So because I'm going to do the same on these, obviously I've put on one side of the 8.5 by 7 7/8. I've put it on one side, and then on the other one I put it on the opposite side. Okay, so we'll do this one first. Keep on moving stuff. There we go. I so need a bigger desk. My desk is nowhere big enough for me crafting, but you just make do with what you've got, really. Just line that up on there as well. It's gone over a little bit here, but it's okay because these is just going to cover our chipboard anyway. And then, again with this one, and then take off the release paper. I'd just like to take this opportunity as well to thank everybody who's subscribed to me. I've made it over 600 subscribers now, which when I first started I never for 1 minute imagined that, you know, I'd have that type of following. So I do really just want to let you all know that I do appreciate, you know, everything and every single person who subscribes to me or who watches my videos. It really does mean a lot. Right, so the piece we're going to start off with first is our 6.5 by 2.25. This is our main spine, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line that up so the center, that score line there, is in the center, and I've lined it up to that 1 inch at the bottom. I'm hoping you can see. I'll push it forward a little bit. So I'm just going to use my Tombow for this, as I like it because it gives me a bit wiggle room as well. So just want to liberally apply glue. Oh. Just like that. And then just line that up with that. So what's in the middle, roughly. And yeah, go. You can use your bone fold if you want, just to press that down a little bit. Okay. And this is really thick chipboard. It's the first time I've used this one. As you can see, it is really thick. But I got it at a bargain price from Every Craft's a pound, and it was like £2.50 for a selection pack. You get 12x12, 8x8 and 6x6. So I thought it was absolutely amazing. Right, now I'm just gonna, you can use your chipboard to gauge where you want to leave your increments. Because now we're using the 6.5 by 6, and you just want to leave it so you know you're going to have enough to allow them both to bend. So I'm going to leave about that, and then again just glue these down using whatever adhesive you like. I have found that I do prefer liquid glue to tape, because sometimes tape doesn't really like chipboard. I suppose it all depends on which one you get. So again, you line it up on this bottom line here using this 1 inch faint score line as a guide. There's that one down. We'll do the opposite side. Sure that's about even. I think that should be okay, hopefully. And we'll just push that down like that and just make sure it's stuck. So I'll have to move everything off my table. So then I'll start going this way first. And what you want to do is you want one of your skinny pieces, the 6.5 by 1 1/8. And when you line that up on there, it's going to be more or less in the middle of that score line here. And then the last one is your 6.5 by 5.5, which will sit about there. If you feel like there's too much on either side, you can cut them down. That's what I did, rather than working out exact measurements. So we'll stick these down. And leaving about the same increment. Hopefully that'll be okay. We'll soon find out when we finish the video, won't we? Then again, looks okay to me. So we've only got 2 more pieces of chipboard to put on. So I'm just going to turn the whole paper around, and then again we're going to put the thin piece on here, and then the 6.5 by 5.5 on the end. And the last piece here. And the last piece just goes on. And I like that. top on my glue, just don't let it dry up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put double-sided tape around the edge of the card all the way around, and I'm also going to put it on the chipboard going the whole way around as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause you because you don't want to sit and watch me putting sticky tape on, and I'll come back and show you what I mean. Right, so I'm back, and what I've done is I've just got, like I said, I've just went around the whole of the outside. I've just moved over, it's really big, so it won't get it all in shot. Went around the outside, and then I've went around the chipboard as well, ready for when we cover it. Next, you'll need to take some scissors, and if you want, you can use a piece of chipboard at the side here to measure like how much to leave, how much of a gap. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Think of this. So what I tend to try and leave about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so I should have cut some of this off really, but just trying to leave that little bit there. Okay, so I'm just going to do the rest of my corners. I'll flip it round and then do, I need a bit more off there, I think. And then the last one. Just like that. And you don't have to use cardstock to cover your albums if you don't want to. You can use paper. But for the paper that I want to use when I actually decorate it, this matched beautifully. So that's why I've went with this. So next you want to take your bone folder and just along the sides of the chipboard here, you just want to run down with your bone folder. And this is just helping to prepare it ready for when we fold it round. Okay, you don't have to do this, but I just found it does make, sometimes it makes it easier. So what you want to do is I always start with the long sides, and you just want to, I find it easy if I lift my whole thing up like that and bend it. You can see there it's slowly starting to form a little bit, and I just think it makes it easier when we cover it. Sorry, you can't really see very much. What I'll do is I might as well go ahead and do this side as well. And then start on the bottom bits, just a little bit, just so it makes it easier for me to cover. Okay, so just work that over with your fingers as well after you've done that. Oh, sorry, I'm shitting the camera here. That's what happens when you have a desk clamp rather than a tripod. So, alright, we're going to take these 2 rows of the backing paper off the sticky tape. Let's get rid of all my rubbish. Oh, this is one reason why I don't like using tape on chipboard. As you can see, it's bubbled a little bit, but hopefully that won't matter. And I always start at the middle. You just want to bend that over and push that down, and then you want to pull that side over like that. Okay, I hope this is all making sense to you. And then move further along, and then we'll do the same on this side. Sorry, I'm out of shot. There's just no way I'm going to be able to get everything in camera at all one time with this album. So we'll flip that around, and we're going to do exactly the same to these sides. Take off the release paper. and then again starting from the middle, just work that over and push it down. You just got to tell the card who's boss, make it go in the way that you want it to go, not the other way around. So you go to, yeah, just make sure you pull it as you're pressing it down, so it will make it a nice finish on the side there. Might need to work it a little bit more on these bits where we've joined the card together, because obviously it's going to be a little bit thicker there. And just use your bone folder just to make sure that it's all stuck down nicely. And then we're going to be ready to pull these sides over. Now what we want to do, I don't know if you've watched any of my videos before, but these bits here, we're going to push them in at the top and at the bottom with our bone folder. This is just going to help create a really nice fit with really nice edges. So as you can see, when you turn that over like that, that edge is really nice and neat. Just do the same with this one as well. Just basically like tucking that little tiny bit in. And take off the backing paper. Here and on here like this. And again, just work that over from the middle and then push that over. And then turn it round. I'm going to do exactly the same. So we're going to push these little bits in here at the top and at the bottom. Just come in a little bit more. There we go. And again, take off the release paper. I mean, it is time consuming, it will take up a lot of your supplies of card and stuff like that, but I really enjoyed doing the Alice in Wonderland one, and I've had a lot of positive comments from it as well. It's fantastic to give to that. If you want to give it to someone special, or you know, you could do it in a baby theme for a baby boy. But yeah, I just love it. Right, so that is the basis of our cover, and as you can see, it all looks really nice on the other side as well. No bubbles, which is good. Before I actually score these lines, and I'll go over them a little bit, just get ready for when it folds. I'm going to actually mat it, because I'm using card as well to mat, because I didn't have enough paper in the colour I wanted to use, not the size I needed. So I'm going to do the hinges first, and for the hinges you will need 2 pieces, because we're going to put one on here and then one on the opposite side, and these need to measure 6 1/4 by 3 inches, and on the 3-inch side you want to score it at 1, 1 1/2 and 2. Okay, so you'll be left with that. And what you want to do, you just want to fold that in. I'll fold it in the middle first. When I find my bone folder, I've just had it. 1 second. And there we go. Fold that one down, and then fold the outer 2 back on themselves, okay? So then what you do, it's going to sit like that on here. Okay, when it's together, that's how it's going to sit. So on the back, so I've already prepped this with quite a bit of double-sided tape. You need just 1 piece of tape on that middle section. So what will happen is, when you take this one off, and then you just fold it over like that. And that is what our page is going to attach to, okay? So make sure you work them both ways just so it's nice and flexible. And obviously, just to attach it later on, you'll need some double-sided tape on here. But also you want double-sided tape on either side of this flap. So we'll do that. And as long as it's not on the score line, don't go down to the score line, just a little bit above it. It's just for the page to stick to when we do our pages. And again on this side. And one thing I always forget to do is just fold that flat, and I just want to take a notch out of these pieces here, just so it'll make your page easy to go on. Okay, so as per my usual style, I have actually went ahead and I've prepped this one as well. So what I'm going to do is we'll just take the release paper off the double-sided tape and we'll get these attached. Sorry, I feel like I've got a right mess. I'm at work later as well, so it's like, oh, get this done and then try and get it uploaded to you and stuff. And what sometimes I like to do as well, just to give it a little bit extra strength, is I will put some wet glue on top of this as well. Double-sided tape is good enough, but I just want to make sure that they're not going anywhere. And then just line that up so it's in the centre of here. About centered, I think, is it? Yeah, maybe have like the same distance top and bottom. And you just want to press that down. If you want to, you could wedge these in a little bit, but we're going to be matting over these anyway, so I didn't think it doesn't cause me that much problems. And then we'll move it along, and then we're going to do exactly the same with this one. One thing I would recommend as well is, I mean, I'm really impatient when I craft. When I've got something in mind, I want to do it, I want it done, I want it so it looks like the way I envision in my head straight away. But because I'm so impatient sometimes, I don't leave things to dry for as long as I should do. And then I wonder why it peels off when I haven't waited for it to dry properly. So make sure that you are leaving it with enough time to dry, and make sure the glue's set before you actually bend your album, okay? Before you get it to go in there which way you want. So that looks about even to me. So I'm just going to do that, and then you just go on with your bone folder and just go down like that. I just like to put them, follow that line there, so I know where it is. Didn't do that on this one, I don't think, did I? No, I didn't. Sometimes if you try and bend it before you're ready, these little bits here they'll just flap up. Right, so the next piece I've got is the piece to cover this spine here, and this measures 6 1/4 by 4, and I'm just going to glue that on. I'm just going to use normal Tombow, I think, and I'm just going to stick that on there like that. Hopefully I'm doing not too badly for time. Right, so just make sure you get your work that on. And hopefully while we're putting the mats on, give these bits time to dry nicely before we try and bend them. Okay, so that's all of the outside cover done. Now we're going to come in and we're going to do the mats for this. And the colour I'm going with is this beautiful green colour. Okay, so wait until I just get all my measurements right. Get them all in order. Okay, so the piece for the spine here, it's going to measure 6 1/4 by 2 1/8, and that is just going to sit. It's going to line up with this piece here, so we're just going to stick that straight on. I forgot to say, all measurements will be on my blog, feyancards.blogspot.co.uk. I will leave all measurements on there, because I know some people sometimes miss them. I may speak a little bit too fast, or I do try not to, but sometimes it does happen. Right, so I just need to double check which ones of these are which, and so yeah, these ones here, and these measure 5 7/8 by 6 1/4, and we've got one for this side here, one for this side, and then we have 2 for the reverse side as well. Okay, so I'm just going to stick them, we're sticking up back on them so I don't forget where they're going, and stick these on as well. Make sure I've got it the right way, that would help. Sure this is the right piece. It looks a bit big, but never mind, we'll have to do. Hopefully I haven't put the wrong pieces on the wrong places. It'd be just like me to do something like that as well. And then again, just pop that down. Like that. And then these must be these bits here. Yeah. So then I've got this piece of card here. I don't know if I've mentioned, this is in the Old Olive in Stampin' Up, this green. And these are 5 1/4 by 6 1/4. And these, you need 4 of them as well. So we've got 1 each for the end pieces panels here, and then 2 more for the front. So we'll just stick them down. Oops. And then just line them up. Get them as even as you can. I'm just going to flip this round so I can get at this side to put this mat on as well. Just got a couple more mats to put on, and then we'll leave it for today, and then I will come back a following day to show you the pages, the waterfall elements, and any of the little bits as well. So then we're going to just turn this over. Actually, I'm going to have to bend it so I can see that I'm putting them on properly. So when you bend it, I like to just go down with my bone folder like that and just ease it round, okay? And then the same with this side as well. Just do it as gently as you can, because if you do it nice and gentle, you'll see it does prevent on any cracking as well. So I'll do this side first, and then we'll come back and we'll do the middle. Just needs a little bit of showing at who's boss. I mean, if your paper does crack and you don't like it, you know, there's no reason to like throw it away. You can easily just put some lace or something over the corners, and that will hide it as well. Okay, so we've done these ones, just need this last middle piece to do here. Right, so that is how our album's looking, you know, and it is really, really deep, and you can see there's, I'm actually quite impressed there's no crackage anywhere on here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly finish putting, I'm going to finish putting these mats off on here, and then I'll be back once it's finished. Right, I've put the rest of those mats on now, and they're still drying a little bit. So basically that is the first part of our tutorial today, showing you how to do the cover, the hinges, and obviously the mats. So what I'm going to do is I'm not off again until Tuesday, so I'll try and get a video uploaded, uploaded on Tuesday, showing you the size for the decoration. We'll go through the waterfall feature here, the pages, and the pockets as well. So I want to thank you very much for sticking around, because I know it's been a long video. I wish I could have made it shorter, but unfortunately I couldn't. As I said, I will leave all measurements for the cover on my blog at effieanncards.blogspot.co.uk, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.